Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday. Let's take a look at some price action right now. This is live on our charts. You guys, the last couple days, what I've actually noticed with the market, with having our settings as our default, with the MA filter on and the chop filter turned off, it is going to give you the best signals populated because it's going to overall show you the trending signals above or below that 200 EMA where you enter in, play it down, make money, enter in, go up, make money. Now, can you get more signals on your charts that are still really good quality signals? Yeah, you actually can. And take a look at this. If you go into your settings, I want you to do nothing except unclick the MA filter. What this will actually do is give you every triple R and triple G setup. So what is triple R, triple G? I know you guys hear me go over this quite a bit. It's when your background color, three to four things have to happen. If you go four things, you're actually even better. Background's number one, right? Red. Candle has to be a strong bearish candle, Hiekin Ashi to the downside. Your profit wave has to be red. And if you go one step further, if you have money momentum stepping down, that is a great entry. So taking something beforehand where you just know you just had this sell signal and then we had this buy signal here. Yes, both of those were good quality signals. Now you're actually able to almost double your profits this way. Now, the only thing I want you guys to know with this is actually counter trending some of these signals. Right? So if we're below the 200, was this a great buy signal? Yes, absolutely. It ran up like crazy. Was this a great sell signal? Yes. Awesome. Came back down. What is this technically? We're trading below the 200 EMA. This is a reversal. Trading above the EMA. This is a reversal. It isn't a bad idea to take these positions and these signals. Just know that, yes, think of it this way. As we've always learned when we were younger, it's quality over quantity. When I do my one-on-one trainings, I always go over saying the max amount of trades that I like to look for in a day, right? 1 to 2 trades. If I do more than 2 trades in a day, I'm actually over trading, in my opinion. The other day you guys saw on one of my videos, I lost the first trade and then won the second trade and ended up down $400 for the day. Well, you know what? That was awesome. I didn't take the third trade. The Justin maybe 10 plus years ago would have been like, hey, I need to make that back, make it back, more. And then I would actually probably been down even further, right? So what happened the very day afterwards, yesterday? I actually ended up making $400 and I made one trade. Well, I ended up making back all that I had lost the previous day, and now I'm basically at break even. And now coming on today with this video, I'm now looking to capitalize on a position to now be in profit even further. But for you guys, myself, I like to have the MA filter turned on because it is going to get rid of the other signals that are populated on the chart. And what I like to look for is if we have any indecision or pullbacks. Something we can look at is my number one factor when I go on these charts in the morning, you guys, is I say, what is this line right here? If this line is green, all I want to do is be focusing over this buy button. That's it. These cells in this red background in an overall bull trend is just the inhale. Think of this, I use this analogy a lot. As we speak, we can ramble on it quite a bit, but we take a quick breath in and then we can ramble out further. The breath in is usually about a third of the length of how much it moves in the opposite direction. So someone like myself, I got on later this morning, I didn't actually get to capitalize on this trend right here. This is a great trend. If you had bought that or got to that buy signal over here and you had held that, what's one of the biggest rules that I have for a lot of advanced traders? If you can hold this during the profit wave and come all the way back down, you're looking at 160 points. That's when the background also switched over from one color to another. So this is how I have a lot of people capitalizing on some great profits. Now, the other thing too, I went over on a one-on-one call yesterday that was really good is the gentleman's like, hey, I'm going to go over with Take Profit. I'm going to start grabbing their accounts. I want to join your 50K elite private membership that you're doing. I said, that's awesome. I said, take it slow though. I said, you know what, when you start, go ahead and just start with 5 micros on a 50K account. And go ahead and do those 5 micros up until you get $1,500. And then after you get to a $1,500 balance, you've earned the right to then get to a point to then double to 10 micros, essentially just trading with one standard contract. Doing that, you guys, implements so much good risk management, but it also gives you a rewarding factor of saying, hey, you've consecutively done something for so long, go ahead and you've earned the right to go even further. Guys, let's look left here real quick. Actually, getting a buy signal. This is not a bad entry. I honestly wouldn't mind. This has got 48 seconds left. I'm going to stay here live with you guys. And this looks like it's actually creating a bull flag pattern here as well, which I can go over in a second. Level of resistance isn't even up until closer to this level here. So that is good. It does look like we could potentially see some money as profit. Now that ended up going away. That's okay. We have 30 seconds left. If this doesn't populate on the chart, we're just going to go ahead and close it. Or not close it, just not take the trade. Guys, take a look at this real quick. Let's go and do a trend line. What I like to look at here, you guys see this pattern that's playing out? This is where a lot of times you can get these patterns of showing wedges. You know, this is a wedge. Whatever this does and breaks out of, either up or below, is going to show a big movement, right? So if we're above the 200 EMA, if this comes up and then flushes above here, this is where we can see massive movements to the upside, breaking this level of resistance and shoot even higher. Now, if it comes back down and closes and we start getting some red momentum, well, the level of support that you play to is just the closest level. So take a look at this. If we put our horizontal line here, you see how this area bounced, consolidation bounce? This is where you want to be playing it down to. So this is your target if this breaks below. And if you go above, looking left, our target is just going to be somewhere around this area here. Let's go and go like this and put that as our target. So let's do a couple things. Let's actually color code this green, right? Let's color code that red. And if I end up entering on a trade over here, I'll go ahead and do so, and we'll color code that white. So I'm actually going to wait on this. Let's wait for 7 seconds. Let's see what happens. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. I don't want to enter on anything that's a doji candle, right? So I only enter in on strong bearish candles that have formed. We've got about 56 seconds left here. While this is populating, I want to show you guys exactly, if you guys head over to My Future Success, this Friday is actually the very first 550K elite member private Zoom call that I'm holding. So any member right now that has 550K accounts in the pro status, either pending or active, I'm going to get on a private call every first and third Friday of the month, completely 100% free as my way of giving back to all you guys. If you want to set up one-on-one consultations and calls, I absolutely do so, but please take a look at 5-star ratings that have come over here for these metrics. Real quick, before we go over, if you guys are someone who likes to look at live market every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9:30 a.m. PST, we'll actually go live going over every buy and sell signal that gets illuminated, and you can take a look at some of the member profits that people have already secured by joining this educational platform here with Ron. So a couple things I want you guys just to know before we look into this. But let's take a look back here at the charts. We ended up getting that coming down. That's totally okay. Still a red background and green EMA. So right now I'm just going to do nothing. You know, something else we can look at, you guys, is say, all right, is everything the same? And what do I mean by the same? You guys, you know that if you stop at a stoplight, right, and it's green, you're going to go. You're not just going to stay there and stop, right? I mean, that would be terrible. Like, then everything's going to just slam into you. No, if it's red, you're not just going to go and then shoot the light, right? So think of that with trading too. Think of it as if you don't have every single one of those metrics. Green, 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 green. If it's green, green, red, green, or green, red, 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 green, that doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So that's where if you get these trends and these trades like this, and you can break up above this and get big pushes, the background for me is going to have to switch over to green before capitalizing on a profitable trade. So that's what I want to wait for and see if this actually happens to be able to capitalize either on a position long or a position short. All right, guys, getting back on here right now, you guys can look. This is now illuminating a buy signal. So what does this now tell me? It's telling me that money momentum is shifting up. We've got 40 seconds left here. We'll do this together. I'll show you this live transparency with these accounts. This is the buy signal that's illuminated. We're breaking above this wedge, and this is where we could see, if it stays on, a movement up higher. Now, the reason why I actually wait till candle close, you'll see a lot of my videos, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. I want to make sure at the very end of the candle that all my metrics are in line together. And this is why I love and have designed it this way to be so specifically accurate, where if you don't get a signal at the very end of that candle close, do not take the trade. There are so many metrics in line together that have to actually be all in unison, I guess is the best way to say, to be able to take a trade, to get a buy signal, to give you the best alerts. If at the end of that candle, everything isn't aligned, you know, it's kind of like that Enigma machine, right? Like if everything's like this and all the cogs don't go together and match up perfectly, then it's not a valid trade and you just want to skip it. So right now, if we look at this a bit longer, I know it's a bit longer video, but hopefully you guys are finding some great education with this. We're going to go like this. Let's go and adjust this over here. You guys see how this is the wedge? Honestly, guys, with what I'm looking at, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually breaks below here and we see a big dip down this way. I'm just getting that feeling. Indecision. Look how much indecision we have here. Also, let's do something real quick. I want to actually go to the 2-minute time frame. I haven't gone on here yet. And let's look at this together and see what our metrics are showing. All right, indecision. Look how many wicks of indecision is happening right here. Whatever happens from this moment is going to be a big move, right? Let's go back to the 1-minute time frame. And let's see if we can capitalize on something here. And you know what? If we don't end up getting a quality trade set up, it's totally okay. I hope you guys just found a lot of education with this. But you know, these are already marked out. This is our profit level where we can come up to. And you guys, this too, you know, if you end up getting into a trade and you've marked out your supports and your resistance, you know, this is where if you get anywhere close, take out the trade. Like seriously, guys. If you get to a spot where you're anywhere near here, don't be the trader that's like, oh, I have to get every second. I have to squeeze out every little bit. I got to wring it out so the towel's completely dry. You do that. How many times have you tried doing that? And then it shoots right back against you. And then you're more frustrated. Guys, if you have profit, take profit and run. Like seriously, there's no reason why you can't just get in and get out. And if you say, okay, I made $100 today. Well, guys, $100 spread over 5 take profit accounts is $500. I don't think anyone's going to be upset with $500, right? Here we go. Another signal coming in. 56 seconds left. I'll go ahead and stay here with you guys and see exactly what happens. If this populates a strong bullish candle here, right? Where's our target? Our target's going to be here. Is it going to give us a massive profit? No. We're only looking at maybe 10 points or so on this. So is it going to be a crazy, crazy big trade? Not at all. But guys, honestly, I wouldn't mind even just entering in, go a quick little scalp, maybe for 5-10 points, get out, call it a day, and then just come on to tomorrow. Just because there's so much indecision that's happening right now. So I wouldn't even be upset doing something like that. So we do have a buy signal. We are going above here. Price action's coming above this trend line. We want to wait till the very end of this candle close before entering or doing anything. And let's see exactly what happens. We have about 12 seconds left here on this candle to be able to enter in. 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to enter in the market right now. We are entered in. There you go. $100, $140. Guys, if I get $200 or anywhere close to this, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. And I'm going to call it a successful trade over here to the right-hand side with this analysis. Now, can it go all the way up here to this section? Yes, it absolutely can. But again, I'm not going to get greedy. I just want to get to a profit target today of showing an analysis, playing it above, getting this into a positive state, and then just closing it out for you guys. Getting a little bit of retracement back right now. Let's go and stay within this a little bit longer and see exactly what happens with this trade. What we can do too is I'll go over here, 1175. So 611.75. I'm going to go ahead and mark that up over here. 611.75 is going to be right about here. Let's go and change this color over here to white. 611.75. All right, that is our entry on this trade, and let's just manage this and let's see exactly what happens. Currently down a bit on the trade right now. I'm just going to stay within this. Background is completely solid green, which I do like. I do want to see if we can get another pushback up here and staying within this formation. This is where I think even at this point, you know, if we get somewhere close to this area right here, you see where this wick kind of came up and this started a huge collapse back down, that actually wouldn't even be a bad target profit to actually shoot for. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit so you guys can see. And I'm just going to move this right around here. You know, we almost hit it at this area at that point, but anything that's close to here, I just don't want to get greedy on this trade at all. And also what I'm looking at too, just so you guys know this, is I'm looking at the candles that are forming within this here. You know, so if you keep getting strong bullish candles, or as long as that white dot, you know, at candle close is closing at or above 50% of the actual candle, this is where you can see a continuation higher. So right now with this one, we're still above the profit wave, right? Everything is still solid green, which is good. I do like that. And we'll wait till this candle closes another 49 seconds. And if we get that push up, that'll be great. Currently down in this trade right now, a little bit over here to your right. You guys can see that. But let's just see how this ends up panning out. And hopefully we can take out some profit here, shoot this up to the upside, and play with the overall trend. Down here, the dashboard, this is completely solid green. I like how this is stepping back up, which is a great sign. 1 minute time frame, everything is bullish, 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 bullish. That is good. This formation is usually a great pattern to be able to see that push. So I'm just going to stay here live with you guys and see exactly how this ends up panning out on the chart. So let's just give this a second and see what happens. This candle is about to close here in another 6 seconds, and we'll see how we can close out this day. And if it ends up coming against us and having to close out in the opposite direction, I will actually just close it out here with you guys. There's no harm or foul closing out a losing trade at all. It just shows great risk management. But I also want to get on here and show you guys a positive trade if we can pull it out. So let's just see where the trade ends up for us right now and see if we can get that push to the upside a bit further. All right, guys, back on here right now. I want to show you guys this, exactly what ended up happening. Coming down here, split second right at the very end of this candle, shooting straight back up afterwards with this big indecision. These indecision candles can sometimes rocket up and create great movements to the upside. Now, this ended up staying, it's so close on here. It was so close to this profit wave. I ended up staying within this trade here just because all of this was still lined up background. So 200 EMA green, background green. This profit wave is literally sitting right on the line right here. So something that you can do too. Now we're getting this strong bullish candle. This is where we can see the movement to the upside, and this is where we can get the push. So let's see if this pushes up. I just want to target this area here or close to it and then close out this trade. So again, overall, you see how when we got these signals back here, we got some of this indecision in these candles and overall went above. This is where we have to just hold on a little bit longer and see exactly what happens with the market to see if we can get these pushes up. Now, if you are in a trade and it is just all over the place, up and down, and you get the opportunity to come back and it's anywhere close to like that break even side, I want you guys to look at potentially either taking half or just some off the table at that moment. All right, guys, let's see if this pushes. I like this. This has to just close. We got 14 seconds left. What I would love to see is this just shoot straight up. There we go. That's a better one. This is our target. Again, I'm going to close this out. If we get our target anywhere close, a little bit more, this could easily hit this target zone. And I don't want to get greedy. I'm actually just going to close it out. Done. Okay. Order filled. You can hear it in the back. Closed out. That is a quality good trade. End up hitting the target. I'm not upset at all. I just want to get in and get out of that. So for today, how much was that? Not the biggest trade. $255. $250 times 5 is 1,000. What is that? $1,250. So not upset at all. Total length of this trade today, was 7 minutes and 5 seconds. So yes, much longer than I wanted to be in. If you guys take a look at this entire account for, I believe I have to go to this quarter. No, actually even more. Let's go last month. 14 trades, total 11 win, 3 losses. So 78%. And then if we go for this month, it looks like so far 2 trades, 2 winning trades, 0 losses, 100% win rate. And our total account balance currently sitting at $52,226 on this pro account. Exactly getting to where I want to do of around $2,000, where I might be looking at either keeping this account as is and then going over to even more pro accounts and building those up to levels. There you go, guys. Take a look. There's the push even further. This would have been closer to about a $300 to maybe $400 trade. Don't want to get greedy. I just want to hold it and profit to the upside. All right, guys. I hope you find a lot of education in that live trade right there. Again, remember, lifetime access to all the metrics. Never pay monthly service fees ever. Live call with all elite traders who are with Take Profit with 550K accounts right now. If you type in My Future Success in the promo code, you're going to save so much money. You're actually going to save $900 that I actually had to pay on my last 5 accounts. And then, of course, every Tuesday and Thursday. And now, additionally, Wednesday and Sunday, Ron is doing more live educational platforms. The Wednesday and Sunday is actually completely free. Tuesday and Thursday is the live market action where you can follow along with these metrics. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Take care. God bless.